Hello, artists. Let's talk about using watercolor paints. In our classroom, the watercolor paints come in a palette like this. The paints start out dry. To make the paints ready to go, we need to get them wet with a brush and some water. To get our brush wet, remember we say tap, tap, swirl, wipe, wipe. This gets the water into the bristles. When you have that done, you're ready to put that water and the bristles into the paint color you want to use. Gently, like a ballerina, just gently rub into that color. This puts just a little bit of water into the paint and activates the paint, turning it into a liquid. Now you're ready to gently, on ballerina tippy toes, paint onto your paper. When paint has been used a lot, you might find it looking like this, with this like hole in the middle. This does not mean that the paint is gone. Can you see that color around the edge? All of that is still paint. So with a wet brush, I can gently rub on that colorful part to make paint that I'm ready to use on my paper. Be careful when getting your paint wet. You can put too much water into that paint, and that just makes for a big, slimy, wet mess. It can ruin the paints nearby. Instead, just use a little bit of water at a time to just wake up your paints just a little tiny bit. It is important to know how to change paint colors. I'm using yellow, but I want to use green. So what do I do? Well, first, I rinse my brush out in my cup. Tap, tap, swirl, wipe, wipe. Making sure that my bristles are nice and clean. Then I can go to the next color and paint with that color. When I'm done with green, I clean my brush carefully in the water. Tap, tap, swirl, wipe, wipe. And then I'm ready to get a new color.